everybody. This is Ephraim Balow with Hay Plus Farms. This is another part of our series on how to educate you on making better decisions for yourself as far as cost, quality, etc. Today we're down in Parker, Arizona at Manchester Feeds. I'm with the manager of Manchester Feeds right now, and we're just going to ask her a few questions about what is the process of making pellets. If you could just introduce yourself real quick, would be much appreciated.
Hi, I'm Tammy McCue. I'm the manager here at Manchester Feeds. We were established in 1985, so we've been making great quality hay pellets for 40 years.
Wow, 40 years. So we're just going to start with a backdrop real quick. This is their Timothy hay, which they source out of Idaho, correct?
Bruno, Idaho.
Yeah. Everything's covered and protected down here. I've been to just about every pellet mill in the state of Arizona, and I would say, as far as quality is concerned, what they source, in my opinion, is the best. They keep a very clean facility. Their employees are happy and well-mannered, and that just kind of ties into the product that they make. So we carry their Ace High products and varying things at our yard in Prescott, Arizona. You're welcome to come by and take a look at it. We have a strong relationship here. And with that being said, the first question I'd like to ask, we'll get kind of into the schematics of it all, but the Ace High versus the 100% hay pellets, what is the difference between the two?
So there's two main differences about that. The Ace High pellets are all a 3/8 in diameter size. They also come with vitamins, minerals, and salt implemented into the pellets.
Okay.
Our other pellets, they're all 1/4 inch size, and they are nothing except 100% hay. So if you're getting Timothy pellets, it's 100% Timothy. If you're getting Bermuda pellets, it's 100% Bermuda hay. There's no salt, there's no vitamin pack. And in any of our pellets, we never use any binders at all.
So steam is kind of the only thing that holds it together?
Steam is what does it.
As opposed to what would a binder be used in molasses?
People, when they do extruding and stuff, we do have a trace amount of molasses, but we don't consider that a binder. Usually like bentonite and things like that
bentonite, really?
Are considered a binder.
Okay.
So in our 3/8 line, to help infuse the vitamins, minerals, and salt in there, there's a trace amount of molasses, but it is really so small. It's not even...
Hence the word trace amount.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a very small amount. It's not going to bother a horse like a horse with Cushing's or some sort of insulin resistance or things like that. I have a 31-year-old who eats the 3/8 alfalfa pellets, and he's doing amazing, and he has Cushing's.
Okay,
yeah.
Wow. So you have a whole litany of different types of pellets that you carry, whether mix or orchard or Timothy or just about all of it, don't you?
We do. Our 3/8 line, we have a straight alfalfa, an alfalfa Bermuda mix, which is pretty much like a 70-30, the 70% being on the alfalfa side, the 30% Bermuda. And then we have what we call a hay and grain, which is ground corn and alfalfa. And the reason we grind the corn really good is because we all know corn's not very digestible.
Right.
So you don't want to see, a lot of people like seeing the big flecks or big chunks of corn in a pellet, but it does nothing for your horse. It doesn't digest. So we grind our corn really well. So you'll just see little gold flecks inside the pellets, but they digest it better. And then we have an alfalfa oat pellet. And then the 1/4 inch line, oh goodness, there's a lot. There is straight alfalfa, Bermuda, Timothy, orchard, teff, alfalfa Timothy, alfalfa oat.
Wow.
And I think that's all of them.
Yeah.
I think I covered them.
So what's the benefit of like 1/4 inch versus 3/8? Is that just customer preference?
Customer preference for sure. People who have older horses, sometimes ponies, horses with a smaller mouth or a lower palate or things like that, they seem to prefer the 1/4 inch line. A lot of people will buy our 1/4 inch pellets for goats also.
Goats, sheep, llamas, that kind of stuff.
Things like that too. The 3/8 line has just been, it's what we started with 40 years ago.
Right.
And it's just kind of been the standard so far. But a lot of people have definitely gravitated to the 1/4 inch line.
Okay. And you carry a 50-pound and an 80-pound bag?
We only carry a 50-pound bag.
50-pound bag now. And that's a true 50 pounds, not 44 pounds or 42 pounds like you're going to go to different places, you have to keep an eye on what the actual net weight is in the product, because even though there'll be places that can sell it a little bit cheaper, if you're getting a 42 pound or a 44 pound, that does make a difference. So they're not everything is equal. A true 50-pound bag is what you get here. So,
and I just was thinking, on our 1/4 inch line, we also have an alfalfa Bermuda pellet, and that one is actually a 50-50 blend. So it's 50% alfalfa and 50% Bermuda. And to go back to what you were saying about the weight in the bags and stuff, we actually double screen all of our pellets. So after the pellets are first made, they go through one screening process. It's I can show you back in the office. It's this big shaker. It screens out all the fines and dust and little crumbles of pellets that just are kind of nothing. And then it goes through another process, and then it goes through a final screening before we bag everything. That way, at the bottom of your bag, you're not getting this much green crumbles or dust or whatever. You're still getting intact pellets.
more or less waste if it blows off
Definitely
in the wind
more
or
less
any of
waste.
that kind of stuff. Okay.
Definitely less waste.
So what are the benefits that you've heard, say feeding pellets to horses as opposed to just dry matter, just hay and stuff like that?
Less waste again.
Less
We get
waste.
our Arizona winds blowing, and your hay goes blowing out of your stalls, things like that. Less waste.
Probably better regulation too.
Their
trying...
digestive system is absorbing it better, for sure.
Okay.
And then you're not worried about, we've all opened a bale of hay at one time or another and found a piece of barbed wire or, some sort of foreign dead rattlesnake. I was thinking that, yes. So you're eliminating any of that foreign matter.
Yeah, which can cause botulism. I have a friend of ours that he ended up with a rattlesnake that got bailed up in his hay and killed one of his really good rope horses because of that. So, so that is something to keep in mind.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I never
That's
really
scary.
thought about that. Yeah. So, there's a few different manufacturers in the state of Arizona. What would you say is your top 2 or 3 points that kind of sets you guys apart? Aside from what I already said at the beginning, as far as cleanliness, employee retention, your everybody that works here seems to be pretty happy, so.
I think what sets us apart is we're really picky about the hay we purchase. And if something comes in that is not what we were told, we have a hay broker up in Idaho who goes and looks at different farms, and we usually buy from Mennonite farmers who are very conscientious about their hay. But if something comes in and it isn't
being
up
Mennonite, they're probably not flooding a whole bunch of
no
chemicals and things like that.
Not at all. They're
So
very
it's
natural. Yes.
very natural. That's a big benefit too.
For sure. And so we have no problems refusing a load. If the hay does not come up to our standards, we just won't use it. And then the other thing I would say probably sets us apart, I don't know if anybody else is doing the double screening. I've looked at other feeds and known people who've had other feeds, and I'm always curious, saying, let me look at your pellets and let me see. And when we dump out the bag, there's this big plume of green dust and a bunch of fines at the bottom. And I think that our double screening, you're actually getting more pellets.
Really?
You're not getting a pound of fines, is what they call it.
Okay. I'll be dang. Well, that's interesting.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah, it is. Well, I guess we've answered just about every question we can right now. One last question that I had was, as far as the bagging process is concerned, do the pellets have to breathe, or do you have some sort of liner inside of the bag in order to make it, kind of semi-resistant to moisture?
They are resistant to moisture. I mean, you couldn't let them sit out in the rain, but they do have a plastic liner that's built into the bag.
Okay.
Kind of like a wax plastic liner. So it definitely helps them resist moisture.
Okay.
They're not waterproof. Don't go set them out in the rain, but yeah, they're definitely resistant to moisture.
Okay. Well, very good. All right. Well, that pretty much wraps anything up. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let us know. Either make a comment on our YouTube channel or get a hold of us directly. Again, Hay Plus Farms, 928-220-7909. We're located at 6648 Corsair Avenue, Prescott, Arizona. And come by anytime between 8:30 and 5:30, Monday through Friday.